Well, welcome back everyone to the channel. Today, this is the West Best Media. Today, we're going to dive deeper into the plane incident that quietly drew powers in West Africa. Most people think that this was just an emergency landing, a technical issue, a misunderstanding. That's wrong. What happened between Burkina Faso and Nigeria was not about a plane, it was about sovereignty. It was about airspace. It was about who set the rules in West Africa now. And once you understand that, you realize something important. A line has been crossed and it cannot be crossed again. Here's what really happened. And here is the undisputed facts. A Nigerian Air Force C-130 military aircraft entered Burkina Faso airspace without prior clearance and made an unscheduled landing in Bobo-Dioulasso. Nigeria said it was due to technical problem. Burkina Faso said it was an unauthorized military inclusion. Burkina Faso secured the aircraft, detained the 11 Nigerian military personnel, placed Air Defense Force on alert, coordinate with the Alliance of the Sahel State, the AES. This was not panic, and that distinction matters. Why Burkina Faso responded the way it did? Here's what most reporters refuse to say clearly. Burkina Faso is no longer operating under ECOWAS assumption. They are not subordinate region state. They are not Western Alliance security partners. They are part of a new military and political bloc, the AES, built especially to control borders, airspace, and intelligent penetrations. From this perspective, a foreign military aircraft entered airspace during a period of highly regional tension. That is not an accident. That is a potential risk or a potential threat to victory. Any serious military treat it the same way. Earlier we discussed this in the previous video. But if you're new here and you want Africa geopolitics explanation without Western filters, hit the subscribe now because this channel does not follow outdated narratives. Nigeria miscalculated that maliciously but strategically. Nigeria is still operating as ECOWAS muscle memory, regional enforcement habits, Western backed assumptions of authority, but AES does not accept that framework anymore. In the AES worldview, ECOWAS authority expired. External military movement is suspected. Explanation comes after compliance. That is the new reality. Why the release of the soldiers was not weakness. Burkina Faso released the Nigerian personnel. Some people said, see, it wasn't serious. That's wrong. This was controlled escalations followed by controlled de-escalations. Burkina Faso has achieved assertive of um, serenity, intelligent review, clear regional signaling, zero casualties, and no justification for retaliations. Strong state does not need to humiliate, they need to precedent. They need to set precedents, and that precedent has now been set. If you tried, if you're tired of surface level analysis and want strategic depth, like this video now. It tells the algorithm this conversation will continue. Is Burkina Faso the weak link in the AES? Some analysis, especially in Nigeria and the West, may assume Burkina Faso is the weaker link. Landlocked, no navy, small economy, and sanction. On paper, that look like vulnerability, but in geopolitics is not fought on paper. In reality, Burkina Faso is not the weak link, it is the tripwire. Mali may be the logistics hub, Niger may be provide the geographic depth, but Burkina Faso is the ideological and political core. This is the state with the clearest red line, the least tolerance of ambiguity, the strongest popular backing for sovereignty. And here's the key rule of power and politics: state with less escalating faster. That makes Burkina Faso more dangerous to misread, not weaker. AES defense doctrine is collective. Pressure on Burkina Faso does not isolate it, it activates the entire bloc. The plane incident already proved it. If Burkina Faso were weak, they would have released the crew immediately, deferred to ECOWAS, avoid AES coordination. They did none of that. They act first, they coordinate second, and they explained last. That's confidence. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Nigeria underestimate the AES? Or this is an unavoidable miscalculations? Let us know what you think. Drop your comments. Subscribe. What Nigeria will do next? Nigeria will not escalate militarily. That would fracture ECOWAS and isolate Abuja. Instead, expect this: quiet diplomatic back channels, tighter overflight procedures, less airspace proximity to the AES territory, more Western coordination outside the Sahel. Publicly, this will minimize. Privately, Nigeria just learned that the rules have changed big time. What this means for the West Africa going into 2016, this single incident confirmed four major shifts. The AES is an operational, not a symbol. Nigeria no longer contests regionally. ECOWAS enforcement power is fading. The Sahel is now hardened geopolitical zone. Clear borders, firm response, no gray area, whether people ready for it or not. This is the reality. Share this video because most people are still analyzing Africa framework that no longer exists. Yeah, share this video, like it and subscribe. Here's the strong, and here's the most important thing. This was not about the plane. It was about who controlled West Africa future. Burkina Faso didn't fire a shot. They didn't beg for legitimacy. They did. They didn't posture. They enforced their sovereignty calmly and decisively. Subscribe and stay locked in. This is not one. This is not a one-off story. This is a new art of forming in real time. Yes, my friends. The, moving forward, the AES has become a block that cannot be tested. It has proved its point that they are sovereign country. Again, like, share, and subscribe. This is the West Best Media. My name is Neverville Potts. And you can go back and watch the first part of this that I did on Wednesday about the aircraft that was taken down. It was forced to land. The West is not telling you this, but Burkina Faso forced that airplane to land, controlled it, and directed where they wanted to land. That's not weakness, that's strength. Thanks, and see you in the next video.